after about 6 months of research, I finally figured out where to go next. Left. Since none of the townsfolk were programmed with the capability to leave the village, none of them had any information to divulge about the uncharted territory to the west, so unknown dangers lie ahead. Our heroes, however, possess the strength, courage, and skill to face any dangers head-on. Not to mention, most emulators have save-state functionality, so I think we'll be okay. Besides, when have I ever messed anything up before? All the time, you say? Haha, that does sound exactly like me. Greetings, Indianapolis Jolts, and welcome to this episode of Let's Freakin' Play Dragon Warrior 2, Turtles in Time. Written, narrated, and half-heartedly promoted by the one and only Karma Jolt, who hasn't bathed in 8 weeks. In the last episode, we fought our way to the top of some stupid tower to find the legendary parachute pants, which increased the user's evade rating to the maximum, meaning your foes can't touch this. In this episode, however, we will fight our way to the top of some stupid tower so we can, jump off the roof. Fully aware of your idiotic and dangerous plan, this nurse kindly recommends visiting the nearest hospital when you break your ankles after a 4-story fall. Finally, we have reached a strange and unfamiliar land, which means we will encounter new species of wildlife to annihilate into complete and total extinction. Or perhaps I am mistaken and we are doomed to mercilessly dismember weird bugs and pillow cougars for the rest of autumn. Well, if we get really bored, we can always just fight each other like at the end of Streets of Rage. Now enough of this pointless animal genocide, we've got a trail to blaze, so let's skate out of here to the max. Maybe I should have mentioned this earlier, but I've sort of lost my bearings, and I assumed that one of you would speak up if I were going the wrong direction. Oh shit, dog, stay away from this metal slime because he's one bad dude. His name is not indicative of his texture or material, but rather his hardcore skate or die fuck the police attitude. I hear he headbutted a cop at a Blue Lives Matter rally, and one time he flipped a table. I can't exactly say much about his anus plant counterpart, but I imagine they've slashed their fair share of tires at least. The metal slime spits fire at our heroes like a total fucking badass, which is something he never knew he could do until just a moment ago, but he was so goddamn confident in his raw savagery that he simply willed the scorching flames into existence. The tungsten teardrop suddenly and unexpectedly disengages from the skirmish, leaving his floral friend to fend for himself. What a fucking maverick. His botanical buddy should have known not to trust a renegade cowboy like that. Friendship is just a myth, kids. Anyway, do you think this desert oasis is the one where the village of Isis was located in Dragon Warrior 3? It sure looks like it. And no, I'm not talking about a terrorist organization because fuck those guys. Also, please keep your Harambe jokes to yourself for the duration of this battle, and for the rest of this decade. The 2 apes on the right are desperately rummaging through the sand to find a dropped contact lens. Although they may be searching the wrong desert entirely. But while I was showing that terribly boring cutaway, Princess Pipebomb threw a grenade that destroyed all of your enemies and half of your friends. It looks like our ally Josh has made some pretty sick gains and is now totally swole. If only he didn't skip leg day so often, he would be able to support his own weight and family. Update, we are still in the desert making 0 progress toward the completion of this game, which is exactly why you should like this video and subscribe to my channel. We keep running into these weird-looking chipmunks while they are in push-up position, yet we still feel the need to brutally dismember them. Come on guys, they're just working out. I mean, how would you feel if somebody came running in the gym and bust you in yo ass while you're on the treadmill? Get it? It's a quote from Men in Black. Remember that movie with Will Smith from 1997? Anyway, it's about time I cut out a good chunk of this unnecessary footage to streamline the narration process. Avast, there's a warp pipe on this side of the river. Can you guess where it will take us? Probably to another warp pipe on another side of the river. The pipes in this game, however, don't work the same way as they do in Donkey Kong. In this game, you must first climb a whole bunch of stairs, which is awful and dumb because stairs are stupid and I hate them. Don't stairs just make you want to jump off a building? If so, then I have good news for you, my viewers. I have a feeling this battle against a mandrill and 9 medical droids is going to take a long time, so I will cast PSI editing to skip ahead. Wow, that part where they summoned a demonic monster truck was pretty insane. Too bad it didn't make the final cut. Thou hast earned 69 pieces of gold. It looks as if we are almost out of MP, but looks can be deceiving, but these figures are in no way deceptive, because we are actually almost out of MP. So that's why we have to eat these plants to increase our HPs, instead of using magic to increase our HPs. For more expert game analysis, subscribe to my amazing and not at all boring YouTube channel on YouTube. Did I mention I post cat videos sometimes? Our party has become fatigued and weary from hitting things with sticks and listening to my awful narration, but we've almost reached our destination, so just hang in there, I guess. You may have noticed the obvious gaping hole in the center of this tower, just as you've also noticed the obvious gaping holes in this game's plot. In actuality, this structure is one of 2 nuclear missile silos in the entire world. The other is directly across a small river, well within throwing distance. Ironically, both towers were constructed to protect against the threat of the other tower, and are programmed to fire a ballistic weapon targeting the nearest missile silo the moment a nuclear launch is detected. Alakazam, we've turned this demi-ghost into a full-on ghost. Finally, we've made it to the 4th floor, which is only 1 away from our penultimate destination. Nothing can stop us now, except for the inevitable random encounter and traffic lights, and I'd probably also stop if my shoelace came untied. This scary Medusa head tries to intimidate you with mean looks. You would literally be petrified if you weren't already figuratively stoned from consuming that medical herb. Instead, you have no idea what's going on. Did we win? Dude, I don't know, but that chick with the crazy hair is gone, and I could really go for a burrito. Also, I just realized I haven't said the word balls yet in this video, so I'm saying it now. Fuck stairs. Well, it's a good thing we didn't lose our orientation and jump out of the wrong window, or else we'd have to climb that tower all over again, and it would probably be just as boring as the first time. On the other hand, killing these same hairy beef trees over and over is still pleasurable and entertaining and not at all superfluously repetitive. We're still low on MP, and these enemies are giving us a bit of trouble, but when life gives you trouble, make trouble aid. Hey, why don't I just show you gals and guys a map, then skip ahead to the parts with all the plot development? Makes sense to me. I could have done this at the beginning of the episode and saved you all 9 minutes. We're going to the town I've highlighted by covering it with a large black rectangle. And while I was providing directions, our heroes arrived at the city of Coxsackie, New York, and have already begun to mingle with the local villagers. The townsfolk continuously refer to your interesting accent during conversation, which is weird AF because it is actually all of they who have the unusual manners of speeching. But now is not the time to filibuster. We've got many important responsibilities to fulfill, the first of which is to sleep soundly for a healthy 13 hours. As per the National Narcolepsy Association panel's recommendation, always max while you relax. What are we maxing exactly? Why, our HPs, of course. Now that we're properly rested, let us unfairly rig this game of chance, like the McDonald's Monopoly promotion in 2001. Round and fucking round it goes. Where it stops? On 3 consecutive stars. These episodes are scripted, remember? The man hiding under the table sounds the trumpet of trivial triumph, for our heroes have won the second best prize, a gun. Unfortunately, none of our party members can equip this anachronism, and we've used up all our bullets anyway. Well, that's cool and all, but where can a guy go to get an ice-cold slimesicle? This guy blocking the door to the beach says that he never gives away boats, which is strange for 2 reasons. 1, because I didn't ask, and don't expect him to spontaneously donate his possessions. 2, because guess what he's about to do in like 1 minute and 29 seconds. But first, let's find out what kind of beer this place has on tap. There seems to be an assortment of items on sale for various prices, like commerce or something. But I'll probably end up buying things off-screen so not to bore you with mundane visuals. You know, because I've already done that for about 10 minutes so far. Okay, I guess it's about time we finally help the woman being eaten by trolls or whatever. Not simply because it is obviously the next step in the progression of our adventure, and certainly not because we might get a boat as a reward, but because it is the right thing to do. Seeing that your opponents are unfairly outnumbered, Zangief honorably sleeps this battle out. He fails to realize, however, that our opponents have gained an illegal advantage by using performance-enhancing drugs such as Adderall and Flintstone's vitamins. In an embarrassing one-sided slaughter that goes down to the wire, our allies barely manage to eke out a flawless victory without suffering a single point of damage. Whoops. I called it too soon. I thought they'd close it out last turn. It's funny because I totally predicted the lottery part, you know? That lady from before is grateful for your assistance in her time of need, and she will go on to live a fulfilling life of silently envying her successful friends on Facebook. By the way, remember how that old guy said he'd never give you a boat? Turns out he was way off on that one, because he definitely just gave us the keys to his trimene. I'm not sure if it was by accident or a weird fluke, but hey, now we can explore the wetter parts of the overworld. That about wraps up this episode of Let's Freakin' Play Dragon Warrior 2, Gaiden, Chapter 1 of the Hoop Sparkly Saga. I hope you thought it was tolerable, and if not, sorry. Until next time, this is Karmajolt signing off. Tell your friends I'm great.